Hey, what's up folks? Martin Fest here with Cerakote SoCal. Just wanted to cover one of the projects we got going on for Ruffian Cars. They dropped this off this morning and it's kind of a rush job because this is to one of their SEMA builds they're delivering in the next week and a half to Las Vegas. We got a coolant reservoir and we got a clutch reservoir. Two different substrates, metal and plastic, but we're going to be using the same product, Cerakote E-100 Blackout, on all this right here. So I've already done the cleaning, let it sit in some simple green, cleaned it up, rinsed it off, and then I threw it in the oven just to cook off the excess moisture. So from here we're going to go into a little plugging, masking, and then go into the sandblast. Okay, so everything blasted pretty easy. This is plastic, so I like to check things with a razor blade. Sometimes there's little frayed edges of seams or other spots. Even the sealant that they put around here, this little RBT had some frayed stuff, so I just cut it off with the razor blade, and then I'll probably even hit it with a scuff pad and blow it off prior to spraying it, just so there's not any little bits of dust that got stuck in the little pockets of plastic. But either way, this is pretty much ready to shoot with Cerakote. This will be the first time that I'll be going over a sealant with the E-Series, so I'm curious to find out how the adhesion will be, or if it'll separate, because the only thing I have seen that Cerakote doesn't stick to is a rubberized surface. So we'll just see how it comes out. But either way, it's black, the Cerakote's black, so I think it'll come out looking pretty good. I am going to remask this area here of the clutch reservoir. Sometimes the sandblasting kind of eats up the edges of the tape, so I normally retape after blasting just so I can get some really nice sharp edges. A little Cerakote library here. It's all right. Got to use this stuff though. It doesn't last longer than 10 and 12 months. Anyways, I use a magnetic stirrer. Got that little tip from Concept Coatings down in Australia, but this thing works pretty good. I still shake it up pretty good afterwards, but this does a lot of the job for you. So you can turn it up and get that baby mixed. So Cerakote sells a pretty decent scale on their website. This one catches up pretty quick, so you don't go over while it's trying to calculate things. Most of the parts for this customer have been on the shinier side, E100, so we're gonna go with the 12-to-1 mixture. Okay, we're back and we have our cured parts. The clutch reservoir I cured at 300 degrees for an hour. As you can see here, I did the threads and I did the threads of the cap. I put the gasket back in, but sprayed it with it out. I basically masked the bottom of these caps and use that as a mating surface for the hook. So I put a little layer of tape down, cut a nice clean line, and then place a hook there, tape the hook down, that way I don't have to hang it and get a little mark from the hook. But with the E-Series, the beauty about it is it's especially thin for a Cerakote, so you can do 2 to 3 liberal coats, get the mill thickness that you're trying to achieve, and all the threaded objects work really well. So really happy with that. The plastic coolant reservoir, same thing, but I cured it at 220 degrees for 2 hours. Just wanted to be a little conservative with the heat on the plastic, even though I'm confident it would take 300 degrees all day. So pretty happy with the outcome. Did 12-to-1 ratio, which is basically the shiniest you're gonna do. You can go with the E100. It's got a nice classy look to it, and yeah, pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna measure the mill thickness, and then they'll be ready to go. So as a general practice, I like to measure the mill thickness of the coating before it leaves the shop. Cerakote sells this nifty gauge on their website. It's pretty easy to use. So you can take this gauge and measure the thickness of the coating. And E-Series, I believe, is between 0.8 to 1.6 mil thickness that you're trying to achieve for proper coverage. And this measures out about 1.25 mil. So we're within the threshold for Cerakote to do its job. So I'm confident that this will resist corrosion and heat and all that the way it's intended to. So another thing is, this will give you somewhat inaccurate readings if you're testing it on a round surface. So try to stick to the flat surfaces so you can get an accurate reading. But otherwise, it's a really nifty gauge, and check that off my list. These parts are ready to go.